Hey Cappy, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read, week beginning October the 18th. I didn't mention it last week, so I wanted to extend on it this week because there was really a lot to cover. So last week this week I should say, I'm doing the readings this week of October the 12th. Kicked off a super new moon in Libra on the 16th and Mercury retrograding through Scorpio. Now that energy is complicated, yes. Very big opportunity to get to the depths of our emotions, more importantly the shadow side of our emotions, okay? And also that new moon, a beautiful, powerful, super new moon in Libra. However, it can get complicated in the transits, you know, if you look at it on paper, because Mars is retrograding in Aries. That too can work as a shadow energy. So when I'm looking at Mercury retrograding in Scorpio, along with Mars retrograding in Aries, it's like the devil on one shoulder and the devil on the other. We're going to be very tempted by the ego body in many ways. We're going to be tempted by the shadows. You might notice this within yourself. You might notice this in your connections around you. To be, you know, being mindful of the possibility of that is everything, so that we can best prepare. The other challenging aspect is with that super new moon in Libra energy, which we will feel a week or two either side of it, approaching and leaving. It clashes with Virgo being in Venus at present, you know, in the shadow element. Virgo is nitpicky, wants things perfect. Libra is all about beauty and love and harmony, and, you know, our very human shadow selves can get nitpicky and unrealistic in our expectations of what we actually need to achieve when it comes to beauty, harmony and balance before we can get there. Yeah, so and of course with Mars retrograding in Aries, it can be very much a me focus without consideration of others, okay? And sometimes when we're flipping the script as empaths, we need to be able to do that and say, you know what, enough about you, my turn. So take it however it resonates. You and you alone will know what is needed within your experience and journey. Underneath the deck, you have the growth card. You guys have grown thanks to this disciplined approach, and even, I'm going to say, this act of surrender that happened in the recent past. You're now experiencing a newfound relationship with peace. Maybe you've redefined it. Maybe life finally feels peaceful again because you had to go through a growth period. Take it however it resonates. Sometimes growth periods can get quite messy. But where you're at now, my friend, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Maybe karmic lines have dropped for you. Maybe those deeper classrooms, those deeper wisdom classrooms have integrated. Take it however it resonates. We are at that finishing point. We are nearing the finishing point of the retrograde season. You know, many of us have been working with the retrograde energy all year, and we're getting to this plateau where you really can, I've mentioned that on the Facebook page as well, you really can notice this tranquility, this optimism. You're really disconnected from the majority of the collective energy that are perhaps still processing the shadow stuff. Take it however it resonates, Cappy. Underneath the deck, there was this energy of holding back. You felt like you had to hold back. You knew you were holding back, but perhaps wanted to move forward. But you needed that earthing. You needed to get practical. You needed to do some sort of thorough assessment about your circumstances. You can apply that to love. You can apply that to your business, your career. Take it however it resonates. There's no more holding back though, but there is a need for boundaries. You've got double sevens here. There's some sort of spiritual principle that needs to be integrated. I feel it's like the last thing on your list is, I keep seeing this to-do list. If you keep dipping back into the material, you can risk going back down this road where you're looking at things in an I literally can't think of the opposite word of optimism. It's pessimism, isn't it? I was going to say non-optimistic, but I'm like, no, Ali, there's a word for it. You can risk, if you focus too much on the material, if you focus on too much on what you don't have, okay, because it's a 7 of coins, it's not quite the 10. If you get a little bit too focused on the material, you can dip back down into, you know, pessimism is what I do want to say. So put a boundary line there. I'm even going to say on practical levels, put a hold on spending, you know, so that you can really dot your I's, cross your T's and really nut out some sort of goal here and get practical with what boundaries need to be put down. I don't feel a strong love focus. I feel this is more so you feeling clear and strong about who you are, what goals you have yet to achieve, especially between now and Aquarius season next year. And I'm even going to apply this spread to, you know, really crunching numbers and getting practical without focusing too much on the material, because there's spiritual principles that we can't forget about the emotional journey and healing you guys have integrated Why can't I talk? Are you having trouble communicating? We are in Mercury retrograde. Don't forget the spiritual lesson is what I do want to say about boundaries, about patting yourself on the back for how far you've come. Yes, you might only be looking at something that looks like the 7 of coins and it's not quite the 10, but the 10 isn't very far away, my friend, and I feel very strongly that Aquarius season, which is the next air sign, which falls at the end of January after your birthday into February, is going to be like, watch what you can grow and feel like it's growth in that time. I'm even going to say you could potentially be connecting into an air sign, so that is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, where you had to get practical and put some boundaries down as well so that you can experience peace, because you were choosing to experience growth. There's no more holding back here. And I think what was ultimately holding you back was a sense of emotional loss, was the way in which you were getting in your own head, okay, where your thoughts, beliefs and perceptions kept running around to the point that they were unhealthy for you. Maybe heartbreak and betrayal was in the mix, okay? The last 3 years tells a significant story. You, my friend, have been on a journey. You've been to the center of your wisdom. You had to redefine what your emotional needs were, okay? But I don't see that, like, you've gone through this massive healing, and I'm like thinking back, Capricorns have had some deep catharsis readings, you know, a lot of emotional readings as far as you getting to the depths of your waters and really connecting to your emotional body and what that means for you, and not being afraid of that relationship you can have with it as a powerful creative force. All right, here we are today, where you have a very strong, clear view of how much you have grown this year alone, how much more you would like to practically achieve between now and perhaps next February. You are strong, you are clear, you know what boundaries need to be put down. You're very practical about where you're going to invest, not just yourself, but your time, your energy, your heart, so that you can maintain this goal of peace. And peace is unique to us all. More importantly, I think for the first time in a very long time, you guys have noticed a sense of peace within the mindset, because I do see emotional and mental sort of clouding of judgment there. Okay, but that's the past, my dear. Hope you got something out of that, Cappy. That was your general quick read. If you wanted a personal one, head on above to the link in the bio where you can book a reading online through the Indigo Ascension shop. But that was this week, and next week I'll see you again, my friend. Have an empowered week and take care.